SMF Street Traders, what we're going to take a look at is we're going to take a quick look around Wall Street. I've got the S&P 100 right here. It's the OEX.X. You can see the amount of distribution in the S&P 100. This S&P 100 is the top 100 stocks based on market cap, and then they're loaded in here. And some of the very same ones that are in here are also allocated out to other sectors as well. So when we take a look at the S&P broader 500, it's the 500 top companies in America, is that I've got some broad base distribution. And last week we showed you the opposite of how they like to buy on the tape, and that every market goes through this at a period of time. So basically there's the S&P 500, and that's the longest. So there's broad-based selling there. We can see it. It's very evident. The S&P mid-cap 400, we have distribution across the board. Okay. In the small-cap 600, we have distribution across the board. When we go in and take a look at global auto part supplies, which had been doing extremely well, is distribution. The auto manufacturers, the global ones that we know of, are being distributed. The biotechnology, Morgan Stanley Biotech, distribution across the board. NASDAQ Biotech, that's all the biotech stocks in the whole NASDAQ comp, are all having distribution. And our little human genome is holding up. The drug index itself is broad-based distribution. The pharmaceuticals, broad-based distribution. In the energy, the gold and the silver especially, we've got some distribution in here, more than buying. The commodity-related equities have got distribution, more than accumulation. The natural gas is distribution. The Amex oil is distribution. The Deutsche Bank Energy is distribution. Morgan Stanley Oil Services is mixed bag, but there's more distribution. Oil Services, on the other hand, is a little bit of a bright spot where there's a little bit more buying, but not by much. The financial services, the BK.X, look at here. They're finally using the beaten down one in this index, and you can see some green. The NASDAQ banking, and these bank stocks that have been beat up, is what's providing the broader support for the market right now. And we got distribution. S&P one, though, let's take a look at that. See, this is where we were the most beaten up in the bank area, and the financials never did lag the rally, but today it's given the market some support from that big collapse that we have seen throughout the trading session. The time right now is 10:51 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today's date's 11/29/2010. Security broker dealers, I've got distribution. Okay, as we go through the fertilizers, I've got distribution. Food processing stocks, I got distribution, more than accumulation. It's all right there, MMTs. Restaurants, distribution. Healthcare, we've got distribution. Look at that. Leisure activity in the casinos. Oh boy, we got great distribution. So what does distribution mean? It means that there's a rebalancing act going on in the tape right now, and some of the people are taking some gains off the table. So instead of being a pump and dump portfolio dressing, is that they're sending out some profits to make people feel good. That's how you know that this is going on, by the broad-based selling. It's not a collapse in the market. It's a rebalancing. Here, housing sector, all red as well. Let's get down into the retail. Now, remember, the retail, look at the amount of distribution in the retail of the best numbers that we've seen in a long time, Thanksgiving sales. But look at all the distribution. People are taking money off the table to send out in their statements, and they're doing it right at the tail end of the month. Instead of buying the market, they're taking some profits. I look at all of these other ones. These semiconductors are getting a haircut. Semiconductors leads rallies. There are various different ones. Here's the hardcore semi index, all red. Devices, semiconductor devices, all red. Capital equipment, semiconductors, all red. And guess what? The CBO internet area, well, that one's not populating. Let's try the technology one. Look at technology getting hammered. Okay, here's another technology index, a big one. Credit Suisse getting hammered. So computer technology getting hammered. Disk drives getting hammered. Dow Jones Internet Conference getting hammered. The GSTI composite getting hammered. Hardware, distribution, internet, GSTI internet, distribution. Got Netflix and a couple that have outbucked it. But we're not seeing that in the retail sector, profit taking. So basically I'm seeing some end of month profit taking for the ones that performed. You can see the broad-based selling. It goes all the way down the chain. I can keep going here. Here's the really good IIX.X internet. Look at that distribution across the board. Morgan Stanley internet right here. Apple, Akamai, Amazon, Baidu. Look at them. They're all getting haircuts. Profit taking. Profit taking. End of month profit taking for the bull funds that are going to send good statements out, make their client base feel that they got a return. And they did. So they're taking some money off the table today. Once this money is done, and that's why I call this a distribution allocation, they're selling the street index, internet index. I got an internet index. FedEx is in here. It's outperforming because of its upgrades, and it's shipping lots of stuff, but it's still taking a haircut. And let us not forget the most important thing is this Dow Jones Transportation. All red. Transports lead rallies. NASDAQ Transport, all down. And basically, I've spent 7 minutes on this. The time is 10:55 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We know where the broader distribution is. When I see this kind of thing, it means one thing, MMTs. It means that some of the big funds that were smart, that bought a year ago, they're taking some money off the table. And they're going to send those statements out on December 1. So usually at the end of the month, when things are down bad, that portfolio dressing is where they come in and buy lower and cost average down, then send the statement out to make Mr. and Mrs. Jones feel better. Right now, they're going to make them feel better with actual profits for a change.